April 12th, 2014, Dayton, Ohio. I was a sophomore when this happened. My high school was old, built in the 1960s, and there were always rumors about it being haunted. Everyone had a story, but the one we whispered about most was Locker 313. The janitors said it was sealed shut years ago after a student, well, died in there. No one was sure how. It was ruled an accident, but people swore they heard scratching from inside at night. One evening, I stayed late for theater practice. By 9 p.m., I was the last one in the building. As I walked down the empty hallway, I passed by the row where locker 313 was. That's when I heard it. Bang, bang, bang. 3 slow knocks from inside the locker. I froze. The hallway was silent except for the buzzing of the old fluorescent lights. I tried to laugh it off. Just the pipes. But then I heard something worse. A voice. A faint, muffled voice from inside. "Let me out, please. It's so dark." My throat went dry. I ran, but when I reached the exit doors, they wouldn't budge. Every door I tried was locked tight. The school was trapping me inside. I turned around and down the hallway I saw it. Locker 313 had swung wide open. Nothing inside, just darkness, impossibly deep. Then I noticed fresh fingernail scratches carved into the metal, dripping with something that looked like fresh blood. A shadow moved inside the locker, stretching impossibly long. A pale hand reached out. It beckoned. I blacked out. When I came to, I was lying outside in the school parking lot. The doors were wide open. But here's the thing. On my arm were scratches. 5 deep, red lines. Like someone had grabbed me and dragged me out. The next morning, the locker was sealed shut again, welded closed like it had never been opened. But sometimes, late at night, kids say they still hear the banging, and the voice inside whispering, "Please, just one more." October 29th, 2002, to Salem, Massachusetts. 8th grade, the week before Halloween, we had a substitute teacher. Nobody remembered her coming in, but she was there, tall, thin, with pale skin and black hair tied into a bun. She never smiled. Her name on the board was written simply as Mrs. Wraith. The weird thing was, none of the other teachers seemed to know who had hired her. That day she didn't teach us. She just made us sit in silence, writing lines, "I will not disobey," over and over. When a kid named Tyler cracked a joke, she snapped her head toward him so fast it didn't look human. Her eyes went completely black. No whites, no pupils, just black voids. Tyler screamed, but she only whispered, "Detention." Forever. The lights flickered. When they came back, Tyler was gone. His desk was empty. We panicked, but Mrs. Wraith kept teaching like nothing happened. She made us open our textbooks, but the pages weren't normal. They were filled with strange symbols and drawings of children with their mouths sewn shut. One by one, kids started disappearing. The lights would flicker and then gone. Their chairs empty, their names erased from the attendance sheet. When it was finally my turn, I felt her cold hand grip my shoulder. She whispered into my ear, her breath like ice, "You will learn obedience." The lights went out. When I woke up, I was in my bed at home. My parents said I fainted in class and got sent to the nurse's office. But here's the part I'll never forget. When I opened my backpack that night, inside was that same textbook, pages filled with symbols. And when I flipped through it, I saw drawings. Drawings of every single kid who vanished that day, except one blank space, left empty, waiting. And beneath it, written in red ink, was my name. January 7th, 1998, Tulsa, Oklahoma. My high school gym had a basement. Nobody was supposed to go down there. It was locked, old and unsafe. But everyone knew the story. A kid went missing down there in the 70s and they never found his body. I didn't believe it until one night. I was at school late after a basketball game. The janitor was cleaning and I noticed he had left the basement door unlocked. Curiosity got the better of me. I grabbed a flashlight and went down. The steps creaked. The air turned damp and the smell was rotten, like wet earth and mold. The basement wasn't empty. The walls were covered in graffiti, but not normal graffiti. Names, dozens of names, scratched into the concrete, each one with a date beside it. The most recent one read, January 7th, 1998, the same date as that night. Suddenly I heard footsteps, heavy, dragging footsteps. I killed my flashlight and hid. From the darkness I saw something moving, something that wasn't human. It was tall, with limbs too long, its head tilted unnaturally to the side. Its eyes glowed faint yellow in the dark, and in its hand, it carried something small. A student ID card. I squinted. The name on it was mine. The creature sniffed the air, dragging its foot as it moved closer. I ran, but the stairs behind me were gone. Just a wall of solid brick where they had been. I turned, and the creature was inches from me. It leaned in close, and in a voice that sounded like hundreds of whispers at once, it said, "Now you stay." The next thing I remember, I was waking up in the gym bleachers. The game was over. Everyone was gone. I tried to convince myself it was a dream, until I checked my arm. Scratched into my skin, raw and bleeding, was today's date, January 7th, 1998. And when I checked the basement door the next day, it was bricked shut, like it had never existed. But I know what I saw, and I know one day, when the wall crumbles, it will be waiting.